Next to him, Jim Mavlajanis in the Extramart 01. The 78 for Bob Skinger. In the 15X, John Brower. Here they come to the line. And who will it be first across the line as they get the green? Tedeschi gets a good jump on the field. Bernie Croto now falls in behind him into second place in the 99X. Way up high in the finals is Mark Trombley, making it 3 abreast down the backstretch, but everybody okay at the moment as they move out of turn 4. And Janeski holding the lead, but here comes Croto on the inside. Mayberry holding on to third. Boissonneau running fourth in the 36. As they sort their way through turn 2, it will be Tom Butler moving up a notch in the 4 Connecticut. Herb Bennett running strong in the number 6 position now as he tries to challenge Gene McLean in the 97. But it's Croto holding on to the lead. Mayberry down low in the 7th, fighting to hold that number 2 spot.
He's taking that number 2 spot, Rolly, because 47 went very, very wide through turns 1 and 2. Jim Janeski, I wonder why he went that wide. Did he pick up, in fact, a spot of liquid on the tires, causing his tail to hang out, causing him to go rather wide through turns 1 and 2? He is content with that 4th place at the moment. Brad Boissonneau in 3rd. Jim Mayberry in 2nd and maintaining his lead. Bernie Croto holding the lead. The first 3 falling away slightly. 4th and 5th placemen side by side. Through turns 3 and 4, literally side by side. Who's going to win coming out of that corner? Here they are still side by side.
Herb Bennett doing a fine job at picking up a notch as he moved up on McLean, and now he slides into 4th place. The veteran from Stafford Spring in car 64. Everybody safely through. Turns 1 and 2 as they head now into 3 and 4. Croto still holding on to the lead as we now complete 5 of 25 laps. With Cottrell now challenging Herb Bennett. Keep an eye on the number 28 as he gets sideways, and a little banging and pushing as Herb Bennett and Gene McLean get crossed up, and they both lose a lot of position. The 97 of McLean apparently losing a tire as he goes spinning into the infield.
But I think he's fairly well clear of the track, so we won't have a caution flag. At least I hope not. 6th lap completed, yes.
Croto will get a challenge right off the bat. Uh-oh, look out. Hang on, folks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars involved. No contact, lots of sideways motoring. 7 cars involved. All rejoining, but yellow flag indeed.
Now, Don, don't go backing up into that puddle. Oh, that a boy. Okay, he pulls away in the 03. Pace starts to pick up as we move towards turn 3. Peter Locke brings the pace car in, and we'll look for the start. Who will it be, Croto or Boissonneau? Here we come. Green flag is out. Boissonneau at the line gets the edge. Let's see if he can carry it through turns 1 and 2. Croto giving him a good tussle.
Well, Croto's got the advantage of the inside line, but now I think he's losing that advantage because Brad Boissonneau's got the lead, and we have somebody, a little touch of gentle T-boning there between turns 3 and 4. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cars involved. Don Sandar, I can see, 03. Can't quite pick up the numbers of the others.
Jim Peterson in the infield in the 17X right here at the start-finish line, and Fred LaForge is pulling out of the lineup. It all started when John Mayberry in car 7 got a little bit loose going into 3. Then everybody behind him scattered. Here they come. They thunder and they rumble into turn 4, and off the turn they come. This time, Croto's in front.
Watch Brad Boissonneau. Watch him carefully, because he uses that middle piece of road and does not seem to suffer any ill effects in so doing. And that is proven by the fact that he has now nosed his way into the lead, only just, but he is in front. With so little to choose between them, Brad Boissonneau in the lead, moving into second place. That looks like John Ledger. John Ledger in second place, and he is being challenged by Bernie Crotto. But no, it is a definite second place at this moment.
And look who has moved into fourth place very nicely, Chuck Zentarski in car 8.
So Bernie Crotto is relegated to fourth, and now he is being challenged by 0-1.
Bob Lajanis takes over the number 4 spot, but keep an eye on Scott Hanks in the 25. Here he comes, challenging Bob Lajanis. And a side-by-side battle for the lead now. Here they come, Ledger and Boissonneau down the backstretch. Don Sandow goes spinning. And it looks like a wheel went flying. Not sure about that, but sparks flew. So the
And we have the green. Sorry, Rolly, go ahead.
Okay, Ledger on the outside will challenge Boissonneau right away. And Zentarski, look at that. He tries to make it 3 abreast. Not quite. Scott Foster goes skimming through the infield. A couple other cars. Herb Bennett goes spinning. And look out. Everyone's safely by. Foster will get back out on the track, but Bennett trying to refire. That. Here we go, looking for the restart as the pace picks up. Green flag is out, and here they come to the line. Side by side, Ledger now edges ahead of Boissonneau with a sudden burst at the start-finish line. He swings up a little high, however, opening the door for Boissonneau. Boissonneau down low will try to come back. Chuck Zentarski takes the number 3 spot. Bob Lajanis running 4th. And Bob Skinger is up against the wall in turn 2. And apparently unable to move. Will we have another caution? No, now he moves. Okay.
And I rather think he'll retire because appears to be no power in that car. So to the infield he goes, leaving in the lead. It's John Ledger holding the lead at the moment. We have 10 laps on the board, 11 coming up.
And spinning between turns 1 and 2 was Tom Byrne aboard the 91. Ledger now starts to stretch his lead as Chuck Zentarski takes over the number 2 spot. Here comes Jim Lajanis in the 01 under Boissonneau, looking for that number 3 spot. A little contact coming out of 2, but everybody's all right. Scott Hanks runs 5th in the 25. Here comes your leader, Ledger, looking for victory number 2. Incidentally, car 21, George Greco, is 1 lap down. Into turn 2 and out we come, and Ledger building a nice lead now. And in the first turn, caution flies as we have a driver up against the wall. Here we go, looking for the restart. Ledger gets the jump on Zentarski. Good jump. So as they come out of 4, Ledger leads the way. Bob Lajanis takes over the number 3 spot. And a battle for 4th between Scott Hanks in the 25 and Boissonneau in the 36. Now it's Hanks moving up. He's been strong all night. Ledger, Zentarski, Bob Lajanis, Hanks and Boissonneau. There's your top 5 as we come to the halfway mark. 13 down, 12 to go. Stakey now has moved into 6th place despite his earlier problems. Tim Peterson moving out along with him.
And Chuck Zentarski is really challenging, putting up a tremendous challenge to John Ledger. There's nothing to choose between them. First and second place, they're going so well. Jim McIntyre is holding 3rd place. And in 4th place, we have Scott Hanks.
Well, Lajan is really giving it a good run tonight in the 01, looking for a win for his birthday.
Isn't he just? Going very well indeed, but it's still John Ledger. Chuck Zentarski not giving an inch there, holding the 2nd place. I wonder if Zentarski is playing a waiting game. Very, very knowledgeable and capable driver is Chuck.
Fred LaForge moves up another notch as he overtakes Medevere. He's working his way from the back of the pack. Now he'll set sail for George Greco, who we remind you is a lap down because of an earlier pit stop. Now LaForge overtaking Gene McLean. And Ledger still holding on.
17 laps completed.
A little more daylight between he and Zentarski after that lap.
The first 7 in line astern in fairly close company, and then later the remainder of the field. But the first 7 in close company is still John Ledger holding the lead, Chuck Zentarski at a comfortable second place, Jim Mavrogiannis in third, Scott Hanks in fourth. They are our first 4 placemen with just over 5 laps to go.
Here they come to the line. And Ledger still maintaining that edge over Zentarski. Zentarski his edge over Mavrogiannis, so not much change during that lap. However, Cliff Stakey is now starting to close in on Brad Boisseau for the number 5 spot.
There really is so little to choose between them. The gap does not seem to increase or to diminish. So anybody's guess. Is anybody
to go? And Ledger stretches out his lead as Zentarski now is falling off the pace, and Mavrogiannis is closing in on Zentarski. Here comes Mavrogiannis, a bid for second coming up. Here comes Jim, and he's got it. Moves right under Zentarski, no problem at all.
And John Ledger, 23 laps completed, 2 to go. Mavrogiannis holding that second place, but he's not going to have it all his own way. He is being challenged every inch of the way. Chuck Zentarski is right there with him, nothing to choose between them.
Off the turn, Ledger with a big lead takes the white flag. 1 lap to go for John Ledger, looking for victory number 2. Now it's Hanks running in 4th place as he challenges Zentarski. Let's see if he makes a bid. Here comes your leader, a slower car in the way. Let's see if that has any effect. But coming to the line will be John Ledger, followed by Jim Mavrogiannis, Chuck Zentarski, Scott Hanks, Brad Boisseau, Cliff Stakey, Jim Peterson, Fred LaForge, Scott Foster, Gene McLean, and Tom Byrne. So there you have it. A fine victory for John Ledger, showing it on the restart that he has some power tonight as he takes victory number 2 for the 92 season. Be sure to get in on the action of left and right racing. Action starts at 1 p.m., so we hope you'll be on hand to see folks competing in the 4-cylinder and 8 division. It started again. He certainly did push it during the race. A very fine win for John Ledger. John hails from Charlton, Massachusetts. His car sponsored by SPM Chassis, Hitchcock Contracting, and Anna's Country Kitchen. And now he'll work his way around to Victory Lane for the photos, and then an interview in Victory Lane. There he is. Congratulations offered to him. And now he'll be up on the stand, and we'll turn it over to Barry.
Thank you, Ronnie. John Ledger, it's the second time I've had the great pleasure of talking to you here at Winner's Circle. How do you feel?
Oh, it feels good. The car kept getting better towards the end. I just got to thank Steve McCarthy for setting up. Man, we were hooked up tonight.
You had some pretty good opposition.
Yeah, Chucky was behind me. Coming out of turn 2, one time I thought Chucky was underneath me, but the track was slippery. I looked back in my mirror and there was, Chuck wasn't there. So I thought somebody hit me. I said, where'd he come from?
How did you feel? We had so many caution laps. You were up front, obviously, but when you got the green flag after the caution laps, did you feel that any more cautions would cause you a problem?
I was praying there wasn't going to be any, but you never know.
You never know indeed. But the answer is you took the checkered flag. John Ledger, congratulations. Well done.
Okay, Barry, that's the story in Victory Lane with our winner tonight, John Ledger. All right.